May I help you, Inquisitor?
A spirit on the island held the memories and possessions of Ameridan's lover, a woman named Talana. It told us that Ameridan was here on orders from Emperor Draken himself, and where he went next.
Andraste's dimples. I may have received tenure from that sentence alone. Ameridan had a lover. Talana, you said. The Inquisitor's Lady Mage. There was such debate over whether she existed. And there were orders? This was a request from Draken? This changes everything.
You don't have a problem receiving information from spirits?
It's not ideal, but since you found corroborating physical evidence, I see no serious issues. Any study of great wars and battlefields carries an inherent risk of contact with demons or spirits. When spirits are willing to talk, most historians love the chance of a first-hand report.
What does it change knowing that Ameridan was on a mission from Emperor Draken?
Everything. One current theory holds that Ameridan was selfishly throwing off his responsibilities to go hunting. Another suggests Draken had him removed or even killed because Ameridan opposed the Navaran Accord. But if this is true, then Ameridan was a loyal servant of Orlais. He was not an embarrassment. He was a patriot protecting Orlais while Draken fought in the Second Blight.
You were surprised to hear that Ameridan had a lover?
Yes. This Talana you mentioned. Her existence has been hotly debated. Some scholars took Inquisitor Ameridan's respect for the Chantry to imply that he remained celibate. In ages past, there were stories about him and his lover, a mage. They made it out to be a star-crossed romance. The Chantry silenced the stories strenuously.
At the very least, we found something to work with. The spirit said to follow the river to the north, and something about spires or spikes.
Up the river, the scouts have had trouble with Hakkonites up there. I'll continue my research, but for now, your guess is as good as mine.
What do you need me to do next, Professor?
That spirit on the island said something about Ameridan going upriver to, someplace with spires? While you search upriver, I'll continue studying these buckles. That, sounded better in my head.
I'll speak with you later.
Your earlier judgment of the Seekers was unfair, Dorian.
Oh? Were they not responsible for keeping peace with the mages?
And what would you say if one judged Tevinter solely on the actions of some of its magisters and slavers? Yes, let us dismiss your homeland as not having a single redeeming quality. The Seekers failed, without question. But the situation was complex, and you well know it. If the Archdemon survived the fall into the Abyssal Rift, I wonder if it can be slain.
Proof it isn't an archdemon at all, I'd say.
What do you mean?
If Grey Wardens are good for anything, it's killing an archdemon. This one rose again. I'd say Corypheus created it. A tribute to his old gods, or an emulation of them.
We've seen that Corypheus is immortal. Does that mean they both are?
That? Or we need a much deeper chasm?
So I'd gathered.
I knew you'd understand.
A little bird tells me you might be up for the Sunburst throne, Cassandra.
I suppose you'd prefer to see a man in the position.
You'd certainly be a first step towards that.
That will be less amusing should it actually come to pass.
You'd be mad to consider it. Can you imagine the target it would place on you?
I don't want to think about that right now.
think they'll actually make you divine?
It seems anything is possible these days.
It's so odd. Like waiting for the Chantry Fairy to appear. Congratulations, you're the ruler.
We do not engage in pitched battle for the position as you do in Tevinter.
The successor must prove he could slaughter his enemies. He doesn't actually do it. We're not savages.
Indeed, the slaughter occurs after he becomes divine.
That's considered housekeeping.
These Hakkonites seem little more than thugs.
They're determined. I'll give them that.
Even in the middle of nowhere, we find fanatics. Lucky us. My family once took me to Navarra, Cassandra.
You undoubtedly saw more of it than I ever did.
I was young, and all I wanted to do was visit a necropolis. I was desperate.
They're dark and full of undead, and the smell of stale incense still makes me want to vomit.
Ah, there goes that childhood fantasy. Not like others we've seen, apart from wanting to eat us. Fascinating. I suspect it came into contact with the Fade.
You are considered Talvashoth now, Bull.
Looks that way.
I admit I don't fully understand what that means, but I am sorry.
The Seekers gave you rules to live by, right? The Khanori have the same. And now I don't.
I see.
It's all right. I've got my charges, and I've got the Inquisition. I'm good.
So, Bull, about Dorian.
Yes, it's true.
By all means, let's all discuss this together.
If you're both pleased.
I'm happy, he's happy, everyone's happy.
Oh, you're happy.
Is it true that the Rite of Tranquility can be reversed, Cassandra?
It is, although I'll not ask how you heard that.
Maker's breath, if I count the Tranquil into Winter alone.
I'm surprised they use the rite in your homeland at all.
It's a sentence handed down by the Magisterium. Abuse of magic has so many convenient interpretations.
The reversal process is not simple and must be investigated, but yes, it will have implications here and abroad.
Still don't like me, Cassandra, after all this time?
Why does it matter? We are different in every possible way.
And not every way. There is my family.
Your family of slave-owning Imperial Magisters.
Ghastly, isn't it? Toss it all on the fire and be done with it, that's what I say.
Very well. There is that.
I knew you'd come around.
The jaws of Hakkon must be guarding this place for a reason. You're not as handsome as you think, Dorian.
I must be. Or you wouldn't have been thinking about it all this time.
Anyone who claims it as often as you do must be dreadfully concerned they're not.
Look at this profile. Isn't it incredible? I picture it in marble.
This is brilliant. This must be what the spirit meant. Excellent find. From what I can see, this is an ancillary station. Likely a scouting post. Larger structure to the east. What can it tell us about where Inquisitor Ameridan went? This is Tevinter, from well before the last Inquisitor's time. I understand they use such tiles as locks. Interesting, though not likely related to Ameridan.
I got Professor Kenrick here safely. The rest is up to you.
Lady Harding was quite nimble in the wilderness.
I'll be watching to make sure the Hakkonites don't come back.
Look at that!
No good.
It's no good.
Makes you wonder about the sad, mid-level bureaucrat who thought building an outpost here would be a career boost.
Oh, well done. Well done indeed.
That's something you don't see every day.
A pair of shrines. This one is clearly Andrastian, albeit from a very early period, likely pre-divine. But this is Elven. one of their gods. What was it? Every mother finds Druffalo among sleeping juniper groves. G something. The one with the deer.
That would be Gillenan, mother of the Hala.
Yes! Brilliant, thank you. Oh, that would have bothered me all day.
2 shrines for 2 lovers. Inquisitor Ameridan and Talana. Maybe Talana was an elf.
Oh, yes. That's good. The Chantry expunged references to elves before the Exalted March on the Dales. They erased the Canticle of Shartan. They must have done the same to Talana.
The Chantry should not rewrite history to cover up inconvenient truths.
Agreed. The chant of light should spread the truth, not suppress it.
Regardless, the important thing is what this tells us. It's not a burial site. That much is obvious.
Look at those flowers. They're not native to the area. What if they were left at the shrine as an offering?
Yes. A night of prayer before battle against the dragon. But then where? Where? We're missing something. What are we missing? Oh, where did you go?
Professor, look at this. Shartan 10-7 and Transfigurations 10-1.
Shartan is dissonant. And before them, empty, outstretched, lay the land which led to the gates of Minrathous. And Transfigurations is, the light shall lead her safely through the paths of this world. Why these verses? Why would Inquisitor Ameridan take the time to carve this before going into battle?
The gates of Minrathous. Isn't there a Tevinter fortress in the area?
Yes. Oh, of course! The ritual site! To seal the dragon away, Ameridan's elven mage must have used a spell at a site of great power.
My scouts have checked the fortress. It's sealed behind a wall of ice. It has to be magic.
Let's look around. Ameridan found a way through that ice, so that way should be nearby.
This fortress, they left the wall of ice too wide. To lock the door behind them?
And every lock has a key.
Like these trail markers. Ameridan must have known how to use them. If they can melt through the ice, that must be where Ameridan sealed away the dragon.
I'll follow the markers and see what we can find.
Are we certain these trail markers will burn through this wall of ice around the fortress?
As long as the trail markers are still functional, we should be fine.
I am surprised you accept fighting at a woman's side, Bull. I understood Kunari women did not fight.
If a Kunari woman really wants to fight and has a gift for it, she becomes an Akunathlak. The Akunathlak joins the warriors and is treated like a male. He becomes a guy, for all intents and purposes.
But she wouldn't physically become male, surely.
Doesn't matter. In the Qum, your role is everything.
And do you think of me as male, then?
Depends. In or out of your armor.
I'm glad your men will continue to fight at our side, Bull.
And all we lost was our alliance with the Qunari.
I would not trade the Chargers for any alliance.
Thanks, Sika. The boys will be glad to hear it.
Are we raiding now? I'm so glad I came along. If you were still a Seeker, would you drag me to one of your circles?
I'm not still a Seeker.
But you'd do it, even though I'm incredibly charming.
Yes, I would absolutely drag you there, without question. What does Corypheus hope to accomplish? Dorian, you must know.
Let me guess, because he's Tevinter.
Well, you have better insight into the Tevinter mind than anyone else here.
Darling Cassandra, Corypheus is from a Tevinter that's been dead and gone 1,000 years. Whatever nostalgic vision he's selling, it has little to do with my Tevinter. His followers, frankly. So tell me this. Are Navaran cities of the dead actually filled with undead?
Of course. The Mortalitazi lure spirits to possess every corpse buried there.
And then what? Let them wander around willy-nilly?
Only in the abandoned areas. The rest are sealed up in their tombs, I suppose.
Forever? I almost feel bad for them.
After a time, the moaning grates on the nerves. Trust me.
Rockslide took out the path. We'll have to go around. Your family's full of dragon hunters, Seeker?
It's something of a legacy.
So, when you face a dragon, does it get your heart pumping? Do you breathe a little faster, feel the blood racing?
What's the alternative? Relax and let it kill us?
No, seriously.
I feel no great calling in my blood. Sorry to disappoint.
Damn. Good place to get ambushed. Watch your back. At least it's not too dry.
Tell me, Cassandra, did your family throw suitors at you?
My uncle did, waves of them, until I broke one's arm. Then there were fewer.
I must admit I never tried that.
It was an accident. Well, mostly an accident. Do you truly think the Venatori have no idea what Corypheus will do?
Some of my countrymen look at the current state of our nation and despair. They hear how powerful and glorious we once were and think that would be better. It has to be. What they overlook is that Corypheus wasn't here for our downfall. He has no idea it was unavoidable.
Could he be convinced of the truth?
You're asking me? I'll wager he believes he is the truth.
The lowlanders have freed the sacrifice! Jaws of Hakkon! Destroy them!
Why are you looking at me like that, Dorian?
I'm imagining what you would look like in a dress.
Keep wondering. If my uncle couldn't put me in one, neither shall you. We are almost to the fortress.
Your gods are weak, Inquisitor! You will see the power of Hakkon when we destroy the lowland!
The fortress is too well defended. We must find another way in. The Avar at Stone Bear hold